In the meantime...
Wow, kości połamiesz, no co się zwariowało?
Can you just speak one language, please?
Why?
Because I'm recording.
Again, now?
I always record.
Oh, okay.
Now? Who knows, you might say something like so profound, and if I don't record that particular moment...
I don't think it's in me anything profound.
Maybe that is profound.
Maybe it is profound. Maybe that's the piece.
Maybe that's the profoundness.
Yeah.
If you're falling asleep, right, and you say it's not in me, then where is it? Is it ever in us? Does profoundness need a translator? Or is it just, if you never feel more awake than you do now, can the profundity be expressed? Can it?
Told you it's not in me right now.
I don't think it can. It needs a perceiver and a receptor.
I think profound moment can be actually just the realization that you are simply it. You are, and you're always gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. Where is it? Yeah.
Changing constantly forms. If you still need the form, because you also know that you are formless.
So the profundity already is. It's like a big well of like a big thing of music, but the music needs a composer and a perceiver, a listener. So
And
that's the only way.
Composer and also.
Yeah, the two. A listener and a creator.
Yeah, but somebody have to perform the music also.
Yeah, that's the one.
To bring it in our 3D reality, there's gonna be orchestra, instruments, voice, electronic. Otherwise, we will not see it, not feel it.
A perceiver and a receiver.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the perceiver, receiver is the same thing. What's the one that's like giving the frequencies off? The what is it called? When a radio is like playing, that's the one that's sending the signal. Then there's the receiver. What is the one that's sending it? Is the like nadaja.
Nadaja, yeah, I know.
Got the Polish word down.
Yeah.
My mind is blank. Oh, it must be the negative energies that have taken away my thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, brrr.
We're under attack.
Oh, we're under attack. Maybe we're just tired. No, we're under attack.
Yeah. We were targeted.
Targeted. Oh no.
Oh no. Mother Mary!
Get the salt.
Michael! Keep us safe, keep us
safe. Get the salt. Where's the salt?
Sage me. Ooh, I feel much better. Oh my god.
A signal. Like a signaler.
A signaler.
Like a radio signal.
Sender knows sending the signals.
What are you doing with your foot?
Dancing. Channeling
That's
energy.
a really funny photo right there, actually.
Channeling energy through my foot.
Maybe you're just shaking your foot. No.
No, you don't recognize.
The special frequencies. Channeling foot. Is it channeling foot? Oh, I see it now. Oh,
do you see blue? Do you see blue?
I see something different about the energies here.
Oh. Shake it, shake it. Mom, I have a power in my foot.
Just one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, my right side energetically feels stronger, but ironically, in my physical aspect, always feel weaker.
Because it's more targeted. Because it's more targeted.
It must be, yeah, because like when I feel the energy, my right side feel more powerful. I feel in the both, but right, it's like I feel it.
But you feel it in your right side or outside of it? Because
Outside.
technically the energy is not in, it's actually outside of us.
It's outside. I feel outside, but I also feel coming through me. Like I feel the electricity going through my body.
The receiver.
So yeah. So my right side is definitely
A
stronger.
better receiver.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we would say. It's actually a better receiver because you aren't the energy. The energy is working through you.
Yeah, so this means I'm receiving.
Your right side is receiving better, therefore your right side is also targeted more.
Yeah, because physically
and mine
always-
is the same. Everything manifests my health issues, whether it's I had a whole audio recording about that. Like every scar that I have, and it's not just scars, because scars you could explain, okay, well I'm right-handed, right, so I probably fall more on my right hand. But no, it's like cold sore will be like on the right side of my lip. Whole bunch of different things, like different things that manifest, like moles that I've had removed. The ovarian cyst, like it was bigger on the right side.
No,
A
same
bunch
with
of
me.
my migraines. If I have a migraine, it's on the right side. Well, the right side is the but the right side of this is kind of like interesting too, because the right side of the brain is the feminine side and the left side of the brain is the masculine, but actually the body is the opposite. The body, the right side of you is the masculine and the left side is the feminine, which may be because we naturally have more feminine ability. Potentially our masculine side of the body, which would be really beneficial to have because it's more logic and stuff that could be like useful in this world. It can be like, I don't know, stopped by the opposing energies, like, you know. I don't know if I'm making sense even right now, but so right now in this here moment in time, in 3D life, I am sticking biomagnets on my mother. We have Maui laying on her right side because her energies are stronger than her. And we have Snow laying by her foot because
The energy.
it's the channeling foot. And he knows what to where to go.
That's right.
Behind Mother's head is her gong, which is waiting for us to play them, but we are waiting for the perfect moment, which maybe finally we have to decide there is no perfect moment and just start playing them.
Perfect moment. Yeah, how often we're waiting. Practically whole life we're waiting for that perfect moment.
Well, that was something I learned through recording audio. I need to get that way with video, but I need more storage space for bigger. But audio, when I finally just started recording, I realized that everything that I record, it can never, like if I always kept saying, oh, I'm going to record these thoughts in the future when they come more together,
They will be gone.
they are not going to be recorded the same way. There's actually, the beauty is in the recording all kinds of stuff, including what we perceive as mundane and all of it. And then when we listen back, the power is actually in the growth and the retrospection of how much our thoughts expand and how they come in pieces. And oh, here's the little clips. And just waiting for like our perfect way of putting things. We will wait our whole life. And then we'll say at the end, shit, I wish I, recorded this or that. Like Mariusz right now is a good example. Like you mentioned a few times that he should write a letter to his granddaughter that was just born for one day she'll be gone and da-da-da. And I feel like potentially in his mind, that he's
time.
still, well, it's not about even that. It's like, it has to, he's making it like, as we all do, I'm just using him as an example, but we make the task so big in our head, like, wait, no, I have to do it when I'm going to write the perfect letter. And it's not ready yet what I want to say. I have to really think through what I want to say. Whereas, like, if you just sat down and started writing something, most likely
it will be better, actually.
it will be just, and then he could always add. That's the thing, like, you can always add, like a painter painting in layers.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like my life, actually, that's what gives me almost the drive, that carrot in front of my nose, like, but I still feel very tired of that. I feel like
Wait, I didn't get your point. The what? Carrot in front of your nose?
Let's say, like, that perfect moment.
Yeah, but you're saying that you are still going after the carrot?
No, I say what keeps me actually drive through this life was the carrot in front of my nose. Okay, there is a better moment. There's going to be another better moment.
But it kept you just
and
moving.
I can create moments. I'm really good with perfect moments. Like, you know, when I invite guests to my house, I create the atmosphere. Like, it's gonna be music. It's gonna be the way I put the whatever. You know me. So I'm good with creating little magic moment, but I don't know how much I was in this moment really, and how much I really want people be in this moment to enjoy this. I want them to enjoy, and me worry about them if they enjoy, kind of take my enjoyment away.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I totally get everything you just said, but I don't think it ties with or at least I don't see, because the carrot, you're saying, like, you're always chasing after, it keeps you moving in life, the idea that something will be better the next day, and then you get to the next day, but then you said right after that you have always been good about creating things in the moment. That has nothing to do with always, because that's kind of contradicts, because you are good at creating moments.
But I'm saying,
but then I understand what you're saying after that. That I get the point. I just didn't get how they tied. That, yeah, like you said, how present was I in the moments that I created, and how much was I doing it for myself, and how much was I doing it for others. But I think we've had a similar conversation one time, and I said, like, we don't want to you don't ever want to lose the part of you that wants to, it's just balance, because it's your gift to want to do that, and you find joy through others' joy. That's not the issue. The issue is keep the other side. Where was I? And you forgot to invite yourself to the party, pretty much.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Because it's the same. It's like I feel the same way. Like, I find so much joy through seeing others happy, but we cannot lose ourselves in that.
No, as you say, I forgot to invite myself to the party. I still feel invisible. You see, when you...
Invisible where? At the party?
At the party, yeah. I still feel they don't see me. Even if I do all the moment magic stuff, I still feel like they don't see who I am.
I'm gonna make you think deeper. I don't think you really believe that. I know what you're saying, but say it now, flip it on yourself. How did they see you? How were you seen by those people?
I guess the way I portrayed myself.
No, I'm saying how were you, because you're saying I'm invisible. I'll give you one example. Beth, she said she had the best birthday party she'd ever have in her life. The people that came to the house you don't feel seen in a higher aspect, which right now, knowing,
that's what
how
I mean.
old, I know what you mean. I'm just pulling it apart now. I know what you mean. You want to be visible in a more macro sense. That's what you're longing for. Somebody to see your wholeness. But you've never been invisible because those people would not even be at your party if they weren't a vibrational match to it. They each took a piece and recognized the piece that they could. So, and some of them just don't know how to express it. You might find out like years later sometimes, like how much something influenced somebody or whatever. You've always been visible. You just feel
unrecognizable. Visible, yes. I know, and I learned so much also from, all these people also.
It was just interesting in conversations because it's, again, when we talk, it's not that I know what you're saying and that, and I know the other side too, but even just flipping things on us, like all the time, like asking myself, like if I say I believe something, I should ask myself automatically, how do I not believe what I just said?
Yeah, and why you believing?
Yeah, and then what aspects of what you just said, if there are any, would be the opposite side? Like, you saying I feel unseen. How do you feel seen? And then if we start sometimes refocusing on that, we'll realize, wow, I am more seen than I thought I was. I think you're just ready. What really it is you don't want to be the host. You want to co-create.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw the party. You want to co-create the party.
Yeah, well, I want to feel like we're a team.
Yeah. And that's also, obviously partially your fault too, because you had that part that's like, no, I'm going to do it, and it's going to be, and also learning how to co-create in 3D. It's its own, like, let's co-create the party. And you want these napkins, somebody wants the other ones. You want this music, somebody wants other kind of music. In some way, there's also comfort in being the one host that sort of knows better, Because even like your older soul, and we can say, no, I know how the lighting, like you could look at certain people and you just, it's not from ego. I just know the lighting is going to look better if we turn off that fluorescent bulb by the dinner table and switch the, TV off. And it's just in our knowingness. But if we do start actually matching people that start having a similar vision.
I just want to say vibration again. When we start having the I think it's going to be like, that's what I understand quantum, that's what crayons say, colors. It can be so many on the palettes, and it's the orchestra. Same things, exactly, orchestra. You have all different instruments, but it can create a music. So
yeah, but that's exactly what happens in the higher dimensions. It flows. But what I'm saying is between the, let's say, whatever, 7th, 8th dimension, it's a tuning process. And in 3D, it's very difficult. Like I'm saying, even if once Earth, is going to start going into 5D, and newer souls, they have to figure out how, it's a hard mission to learn how to co-create together. Not when you're already in flowing in a higher realm, but actually sharing and you match, you have a similar vision. how to, and also not to go into the polarity of, let's say, okay, well, in that case, we'll organize it really well, where somebody, is in charge of, and that's a good thing to do. Okay, you'll be in charge of the kitchen, right? That's going to be your territory of decoration. Somebody else is going to decorate this. Somebody else could be in charge of, the music for the first half of the party, and somebody else for the second half, or whatever. So you divide the parts, but then that could become like a complete anal, like, where if you went into the extremes of that, where everybody's just like, wait, but you crossed my territory. That's not flow anymore, too. And you're going like too much into the. But it's a hard task.
I don't know how to do it, actually.
No, I know. I mean, I think we figured it out
because me and you, how much we love each other, and if I'm gonna start decorating that same place. Probably we will create such a cacophony here, probably. Maybe not. But I don't know. Because I have a different desire.
Well, there we go. This goes into our conversation of uniqueness. Because actually, I don't feel like sharing, but like complete sharing, right? Like imagine if you were to say complete co-creation. So that would mean, let's say we're painting a painting and the canvas is equally mine and yours, and we both paint on it. But unless we say, okay, it would be different if I say, okay, fine, half of the canvas is your side, half of it is mine, but that's already division.
Yeah.
How, at one point, is there even such thing as a painting that we paint together? Or are we actually micro pieces, fragments, unique, and it's like every note existing separately, having its space, because every note needs its space to breathe, to express itself, and then it somehow co-creates into like a dance, but it never really melds into.
Well, that's quantum to me.
One, how they say, like oneness. In oneness, there is always
the point.
In oneness, there's always all the fragments that make up the oneness. Like every little painter. I don't want to share the freaking canvas with you in that way, unless we say, like I said, okay, fine. You take, even if I give you 90% of the canvas and I paint my 10% how I see it. But if you come on my 10% and you paint my tree that I painted violet and you say it'll look better orange, bitch, get off my
my canvas.
My canvas. This tree is not.
Yeah, so, well, to be free like this, I think time have to stop.
Well, yeah, here in this physical, it's almost
and
like a
understanding
battle for expression.
A vastness of possibility.
And it goes into breathing again, because I feel like if I feel like somebody's painting my tree on my canvas, not the color that I feel suffocated.
Yeah.
Every piece wants to breathe. Every piece wants to express itself. So everything is like that. It's all unique. When you express your uniqueness and you have your space that you're not invaded upon, then you could be painting your canvas right next to me, painting your tree orange, and I'm painting mine violet, and then maybe I'll glance over at yours and say, what if I add some orange dots to my tree? Like, and then you glance at mine and decide, wouldn't it be cool to have like a purple river? And then it's the time too where it's like you leave your canvas behind with the tree you painted, and somebody else comes along, like you don't even care anymore about that canvas, and then somebody else paints another layer on it. And
well, but you have to be this way. You have to.
So then comes the
100% know that you are the creator. So you
Well-
don't feel like you have to hang on to any things, because you can always create, and you're a responsible creator. You know what you want to create. You're aware of your own creation. If you just, that's one thing,
The rabbit hole, now my thought went, because it just always keeps going down further into a rabbit hole. Next question, right? Going philosophically. Is there ever a such thing as a blank canvas? Is the because you know how I just said I would leave my that's where it got me to that thought. I would put my canvas down and I never really care about it if somebody else comes along, and it's not blank, my tree's already on it, but they start adding, maybe I didn't finish it or something, and they start adding, or they add something to that tree, or they even erase it
and paint over their own
something
stuff.
over. But is there ever, something? I mean, that goes into into the whole question of what was before nothing. Are we remelding pieces of what already exists? And again, I mean, the answer I have is both. No, there's never a blank canvas. It's a chicken or the egg question, and but there also is a blank canvas. It's like
Blank.
the perceiver.
Good night, baby.
Did your
Blank.
magnets knock you out?
Yeah.
Can you feel energetically? How is the one sticking behind your neck? Because if you were oily, I could put
No,
it
it's
better.
fine. It's there.
Because I felt actually like this part. It's there?
Yeah.
It's not moving?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Any
I feel
la-
like completely like
Any last words? Or
Last
there
word?
aren't any last words. The last
to be continued.
to be continued. Yeah, that's a good last words in general.
Yeah, to be continued.
That would be a funny, like, if somebody could draw that, like the people that do illustrations, and it's somebody on their deathbed, any last words? And it's all like dramatic, and then the person just goes, to be continued.
Mhm.
Yeah. Be a good, like, movie scene too. Like somebody that has like a good sense of humor, and they're dying, and everybody's like, so sad and depressed, and they're just like in their little knowing space. Be continued. Yeah, it's like, do we ever begin? Do we ever end? Do we continue, or do we just are?
It's been that as I stopped my car in front of Matilda, and I have this like,
Matilda's her special tree.
my specialty, Matilda, my friend, and I stopped the car, and I have this like complete, like really deep inside question. I was like, when did I begin? When is the beginning?
Begin?
Exactly. When did I begin?
There is a story of how great a love can be.
And I just
A
in that
sweet
moment
love
have
story
such a
that is
strong feeling like
older than the sea. Where do
I have no idea who I am
start?
at that moment.
With her first hello, she gave. What first hello? Is there a first hello? She gave. Yeah, those words are really deep to that song. They're on the. If you read it on the macro, not just like a love story, it's like you can read it as prime creator writing that song too. Like, yeah. Yeah, she gave the meaning to the center of the night or something like that. It's almost like the first hello, the first light. It's like, in the middle of the darkness. There'll never be another. There, I forgot the exact words, but there will never be another, whatever it is, but that thing too, like that canvas with my purple tree and your orange tree, it will never be again. Prime Creator will never be again the same. It's like how we expand through, it'll be my tree, but with whole other layers of new perception. But again, I feel like the observer perspective is in some way, and I don't know if this is true, because again, I could go in circles. What is more powerful, or the observer perspective or the experience? And it's probably, again, both. And one cannot be without the other. To be able to observe really well, you have had to experience a piece of what the experiencer is experiencing. But, okay, my answer is, in some way, the most incredible thing is to be the observer of your own self. Which, because you cannot observe something that you weren't a fragment of it. And why that is because you get the whole, like, there's something about seeing the path, the road, the growth, than all the experienced moments. The retrospect, like...
Yeah, we don't remember every single moment.
Well, even
but
if
we know that they were existing. We will not be able to repeat minute after minute what happened in that moment that we call significant. But we know that we change. We know that it was a road. You see, on growth.
Oh yeah,
as
that's
another
layer of being observed. Yeah, that's like also. We don't have to always, as an observer, there's a whole layer of stuff that we know based on, like, I've never been the whole, like, let's say I'm a drop in the ocean, right? I've never been the whole ocean and seen the whole ocean, but because I'm that drop of the ocean, I know the whole ocean, kind of. It's like the whole as above, so below kind of thing. Like, I don't have to know every detail to imagine, to fill in the story in some way. Like, to fill in, like, if I'm, let's say, a drop of an ocean, I can imagine what it's like to be a million quadrillion drops of water, right? Creating a pool. But I've never seen like what that would be. Would that mean how I say, well, I mean, here on the micro, oh, that's not evidence if you know, going down that trail. Usually you don't know, like, there's only, like how they say with the science, they don't look at, well, if there's 20 people saying something similar, well, it's not provable. That's what I'm saying, our proof, and that's the proof of what you're saying, proof of my own life. I don't remember this or that, but based on intuition and knowingness of self, like if I know I'm the drop of water or whatever, then I can... Грузия needs to pee, 3D's calling. It's like probabilities, like understanding, like what it must feel like let's say that I'm cold and there's a drop of rain falling on me. I could imagine how freaking cold I would be if like a million of those drops were falling on me right now. I've never felt that, but and that's everything. That's the observer, like, you know, empathy, all of that. It's like when you experience a fragment of the whole, that's why we can even have, because you can say, how can we have all a connection with, like, the all, the source itself, right? and then the source is always expanding or whatever. Just concentrating on Bambi. I lost my deep
Yeah, I'm
thought. Yes, I was about to walk out with my underwear on, so I put my pants on before I go take the dogs to pee without any pants. Still talking about and Prime Creator. Get arrested. The source itself of imagination. Whoopsie.
I'm telling you, lots of past life was just like that, exactly.
Oh, I forgot my pants. Oh. What's the point of pants? What's the point of pants? You just imagine. I mean, how can somebody prove to me that I don't have pants on? If somebody says to me, ma'am, on the street, excuse me, ma'am, looks like you're not wearing any pants. This is against the law. It's being inappropriate. And I just say to them, prove it. Prove it to me. What are you talking about? I have pants on. Do you not see them, sir? What makes anything, who's right? It's always going to be the majority of perceivers of no pants are going to have the right or wrong. But what if most of us go, no, she's got pants on, sir. And I've got the, even though I'm not wearing any pants, but 60% of the population can see that I am. I've lost myself. It's just funny to think. Well, because that's how, I'm just going in all kinds of circles. That's how, where's your phone? I don't know where it is. I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
His ears stink. I cleaned them yesterday, but they smell really bad. You need to start putting that liquid in his ears. 3D problems. Bambi's got ear issues. A chihuahua. No, it's just how beliefs are constructed and how people make laws and things. Half the shit doesn't make any sense at all, but that's what makes it. If the majority of the collective agrees that pants are on me, then pants are on me, even though I'm butt naked. Can we give us more hours in the day, please? Higher selves. How are we supposed to read the book, walk the dogs, channel the information, save the children, feed ourselves, take a bath, make sure that our physical is good while simultaneously writing our book and copying the poems? And, nothing is impossible. Alison Warren, it's impossible.
A wyobraź sobie, że w tej chwili mam trójkę dzieci na przykład.
Alison Warren goes,
Masz trójkę dzieci.
Nothing's impossible, it's impassable. How are we gonna pass that, huh? How are we gonna pass it? That's the question we need to start asking, right? How can we? What would be the answer? How can we do it? Only way we can do it is to become less dense again.
Yeah.
Like keep raising the frequency and dismantling the illusion of time. But in the meantime, what do they call it? The mean time.
Because it's mean.
Because it's mean. It's the funniest thing, like decoding the language in the,
Nie napchaj mi tego
in
do
the
oka, bo
meantime.
zabiję.
Because it's always in the meantime.
Słyszysz?
In the meantime.
Wow, kości połamiesz, no coś ty zwariowało?
Can you just speak one language, please?
Why?
Because I'm recording.
Again, now?
I always record.